Hi guys, PanelHopper here, and this evening we're going to be talking about a subject very near and dear to my heart that I don't do very many videos on, Doctor Who. My previous Doctor Who videos have been on the Christmas specials, at least on this channel anyway. Obviously I talk about Doctor Who a lot in real life. And so what I thought I would do today is a kind of a thought experiment thing about what I think, for me, the ideal Series 11 would look like in terms of structure. Now, obviously, I can't do full episodes because that would take over. The video would be like 3 hours long if I was going to plot out, 10 individual episodes. So we're just going to go over the kind of things I'd like to see, the kind of characters I'd like to see, maybe some returning characters, and I've got one idea for a two-parter episode that could go somewhere in the middle that I'll probably talk about. So, let's get started. So obviously, we know how the first episode will begin. It will begin with the Doctor falling and landing somewhere, and obviously surviving, presumably anyway, and then we'll have to introduce the three companions that we know the basic names of, and we know who the actors are. Now, for me, this is probably a bit controversial to say, but I would like the Doctor to be introduced to the three of them individually in the first 3 episodes, and then bring the kind of TARDIS team together for the 4th episode. So you have episode 1 with whichever companion you prefer, episode 2 with the second, and episode 3 with the third, each focusing on that individual companion and the Doctor on a separate, perhaps linked geographically into one area. 3 episodes with those companions, and then when you get to the 4th episode, the 3 companions are brought together with the Doctor to perhaps go on a space adventure or a pseudo-historical episode, which I always prefer the pseudo-historical episodes because I'm a bit of a history buff, and I like science fiction. And so I think that's how you should introduce the companions. You want 3 individual episodes, giving each companion enough time to breathe, and each episode enough time to focus on the Doctor as well, before we start crowding the TARDIS with the 4 main characters, right? After that, obviously, starting from episode 4 through to episode, let's say 6, it is a free-for-all. Any ideas anyone has, you can put in the comments of the kind of episode you'd like to see. Space adventure, pseudo-historical, crazy out there direction, which is something I think Doctor Who probably needs more of, kind of weird visual stylings. Straight horror also, probably obviously it's a family show, but straight horror might be welcome. And then, once we get to episode 7 and 8, we're on to my particular PanelHopper flavoured 2-parter episode. For the middle of the series, not the end. I want the return of Captain Jack and the return of the concept of Torchwood, but not leading into a revival of the individual show. But yes, I want Captain Jack to return, and then I would like the 13th Doctor and Captain Jack and the 3 companions, or perhaps just 2 of them or 1 of them, if we can find a way to delay them or make them kind of sidelined. I want them to rediscover Torchwood 4. That tantalising hint we had at the missing Torchwood 4 in the first episode of Series 1 of Torchwood. I want that to be finally uncovered. I want Captain Jack to be there, and most importantly of all, I want the Doctor to give us a species designation and a true species name for the Weevils, because it's one of the things that's always really annoyed me about Torchwood is the Weevils is what they're called by the Torchwood 3 crew. We don't know what they are. I'm presuming the Doctor would know, so the Doctor should tell us, and that would solve that mystery. And that's my big idea for Torchwood for Doctor Who Series 11 is that two-parter. That's my only really fully formed idea, to be honest. And then after that, we have another 2 episodes that can be whatever you prefer. And then for the finale, I would like to see the return of a classic villain, either from the classic era, it could be anyone, Celestial Toymaker, whatever you want, or you bring a villain back from the beginning of the New Who era, to kind of sew in that continuity a little bit more, because don't forget that in the timeline of Earth, it's been just as many years since 2005 as it has been for us. So the world of Who universe Earth that is constantly being affected by the Doctor must have moved on in some very particular ways that we're not often shown. I think that would be really interesting. And that's kind of what I want to see for the finale. So that's it, really. Those are my ideas. If you guys have any ideas for what your perfect Series 11 or what your main ideas for Series 11 would be, please let me know in the comments. Do like this video, please, and subscribe as well. I don't ask people to subscribe very often, but if you would subscribe, that'd be nice. And I'll see you guys again later. Okay, bye.